Okay, first question will be about Kevin Furnish, the fact that this is the first year that he's played on an organized team. How does he seem to be handling the pressure of first time he's ever played, now he's going to the Final Four? What's your impressions from him?
Well, I guess we'll have to find out how he plays when he gets on the court at UCLA. But Kevin has been in a difficult situation every time he's walked on the court because it's been a new experience for him. And he probably won't look at this as much differently than he did when he went to the A6 Tiger tournament back in January, and that's after he just practiced for about a month and a half. And he just about single-handedly led us to a near upset win over Santa Barbara. I think he had 11 kills out of 13 spikes. So I don't think Kevin will freeze up. I think teams respect him a lot more now. I mean, the season is finished, and he has led the nation in spiking percentage with a .454 percentage. And so I think they're going to look at the statistics and they're going to realize that they better put some blockers on Kevin. So I think his situation is going to change from that standpoint, that they will be looking for him and they will be putting some good blockers on him, where maybe back in January they were sort of ignoring him.
Okay. Do you think some of your people like Beerman is helping him through this experience? Have you noticed some?
Well, everybody has been very patient with Kevin, and including myself. One thing we don't want to do is create a pressure situation for him. There's just so many things he has to learn now. So everybody's been very encouraging, and everybody's been giving him some suggestions. So no one wants to give him too much, and I've told the kids that it's better if not too many people, try to tell him what to do out there. So they pretty much backed off on that. But if he makes a mistake, why, people will just say, forget it, Kevin, and it's okay, just get the next one. And so it's been a very supportive, I think, environment for Kevin, and that's the reason he's been able to do well. If they'd put pressure on him, why, I'm sure that would have torn him down.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit as far as how you expect the matchups to be between Stanford and our team? Where will our strengths be? What do we need to shut down as far as Stanford's offense? They've got two players who are very high percentage of kills. So what do you see in that respect?
Okay, well, we have two tapes on Stanford, and so we have a pretty good idea of what they're doing out on the court. And so one thing, I think, is to be mentally alert to what we're telling them so that they don't get surprised by things that Stanford does. They set a lot out of the back row in certain rotations where they have both Fortune and Hannon, they're two really outstanding players. They'll feed the ball to them when they're back row players. So we have to watch that, because the flow of the game will go to one side of the court, then they'll flip a back row set to these two players, and normally the block will be worried about the front row players, and then no one's on either one of those players when they get set. So that's something we have to watch. They have a few trick formations. They're not really trick formations if you've seen them play a number of times. They're only a trick formation if you haven't watched the team before, but we've got the advantage of watching them on the tapes. So we just have to watch when they get in those two formations and make sure we're not blocking players that are ineligible players. I mean, they'll bring back row players up that maybe can't spike in the front row, and if someone's not watching and doesn't know what they're doing, a lot of times they'll think they're front row players, and so you waste a blocker on somebody that's not even going to get set. So I think basically is knowing the scouting plan that we've worked out for them, and then keeping a level of intensity out on the court so that we can react to things that we know they're going to do. And I think we'll be okay. They're a big strong team. I sort of compare them in stature with Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne. They were a big team, and we were concerned every time we played them. But as the season went on, we were fooled a few times the first time we played them. But as we had a chance to study the tapes and we worked out our game plan and scouting plan, we were able to adjust to the deceptive things that they did. So hopefully by the time we get to Stanford, we'll have looked at those tapes 9 or 10 times and have that team pretty well in mind.
Okay, great, thanks. That's all. Okay, why don't you go ahead and tell me where you think Ball State's going to have to excel to be able to beat Stanford?
Okay, well, against Stanford, we're going to have to be able to pass well. We got to split their big block. They have a huge block, and we're going to split the block. make sure we're hitting one-on-one as much as possible. Another thing we're going to have to do is serve well. We're going to have to serve their big guy, Scott Fortune. We're going to try to serve him off the court. Give him every ball, make him worry about it, make him work extra hard so he doesn't have to worry about his hitting and stuff, so we'll take that away from him. One more thing, we'll have to dig a lot of balls. Every shot they hit, we want to get a hand on. So basically those 3 areas.
Okay. What about the players who weren't there last year? You're pretty much the leader of the team. Have you been able to give them any encouragement or anything you can say to help them along the way?
Yeah, well, in the last few weeks, we've been playing real loose, and I think that's the main thing we're going to keep doing is just going to the Stanford match, just playing loose, just playing our game. You know, if we can't beat them playing our game, then we can't beat them. But I think we can beat them playing our game if we play our best. And so we're just trying to keep the young guys loose. And playing in Poly, of course, they're going to be a little nervous, but, you know, first after the first point, they'll be rid of that. So we're just going in real loose and confident.
Okay, thanks. Okay, Kevin, this is the first year you've ever played on a really organized volleyball team. You're going to the Final Four in the NCAA. What's going through your mind the last week getting ready to leave for California?
I don't think I'm any different than any of the other teammates. Looking forward to playing in the Final Four, but I don't think there's any added pressures on me individually. Like I said, really looking forward to playing out there, good competition. I really think we've got a good chance, and looking forward to do my part to see that we win a championship.
Have any of your other teammates been able to give you any advice on what to expect when you head out there?
No, we really haven't talked about that much yet. I don't think they really consider me that much of a newcomer anymore, I don't think. I'm more a part of a team now than I think I was before, but I don't think they expect me to play without any apprehension, just like the rest of the team does, and I don't think I have to worry about anything.
What do you think is going to be the first thing on your mind when that first serve goes up?
I'll probably just realize then that I'm at Poly Pavilion, UCLA, and that this is the Final Four, and it'll probably hit me about right then.
Okay, thanks. Great. Thanks. Okay, Chris, basically I want to know what you think about going back for the second year in a row out to UCLA.
Well, I think it's great. This year we weren't expected to go, which makes it all that much more exciting to be there. Last year was great, but we're hoping to improve on this year, and I think we got a good chance now that we have the 3rd seed to pull an upset over Stanford.
Okay, what do you think you're going to have to do to stop Stanford and make it to the final round?
Basically, we're going to have to stop Scott Fortune. We're going to have to play tough defense on him. We're probably not going to be able to block him too much, so we're going to have to just stay deep and pop the ball up and just get it back at him. Hannah's another guy we got to stop, or Hannon, whatever his name is. But those are the 2 big guns, and we're going to have to stop them if we're going to win.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Well,